Today we're watching a Caleb Hammer video on credit card debt. For those of you that don't know Caleb, he kind of is the modern day young person's Dave Ramsey. He goes out, talks to people that have issues with their finances, tries to give them good advice, and tries to really kind of walk them through a better method of thinking about their finances. So Be Wealthy Brett here. Let's jump in and see what happens when you are, quote in the video, enslaved by credit card debt and how you can get out of it.
Well, okay, something,
Yes.
I'm going to cut you off. Something's not correlating for me, because if we decided, oh, I'm a big boy now, all this stuff, what are we doing if we have these, we haven't even gotten into the other debts yet, but you're losing $41 of interest on just this one. And guess what? You're still buying energy drinks like crazy, like multiple times a week. Also stopping almost every day at a fast food restaurant drive-thru and getting bottles of water. Why are we doing all this if we're grown up and we're taking care of debts?
What he's talking about here is he's not mad because he's taking the energy drinks from home. He's mad because he's swiping his credit card and he's seeing it at Quick Trip and Circle K and the gas station and Taco Bell and doing all those things. And so all those things are fine. But the argument Caleb's making here is that this guy's in credit card debt. So if you're in debt, the only way to get out of it is to reduce your expenses, right? There's two types of expenses, things you absolutely need to survive. And there's things that you want to have, right? So what do I need to survive? I need probably internet at some level. I need air conditioning. I need water. I need rent. I need all of these things. These are needs. Then there are wants, like I want a gold Ferrari and I want to go to the Maldives and I want to have energy drinks like crazy. However, there's a time for that when I don't have debt. Anytime you go into debt, you're stealing from your future income. I want you to think about that. You're stealing from your future. You've got to figure out a way to get your expenses to be less than your income. I know it's a super simple idea, but no matter what your income is, if you're watching this, if your income is $3,000 a month, if it's $2,000 a month, you have to find a way to save $1. If you're not, all we figured out is you spend 100% of what you make. As your income goes up, you will not save. You won't. I've seen it in almost every case I've ever seen. Someone says that when I make more money, I'll save, only to make more money and not save to buy more energy drinks and crap.
Not taking care of debts.
Fair. I took care of a lot of my other credit cards that I had. I had 4, I believe. Now I just had the one.
We consolidated as well.
Well, that was that one time, yes. And then when I got my new job, this job, I had to move to Vegas.
Consolidating is one of life's greatest lies. It's where you take 5 credit cards that are all exorbitant and then you repackage into one to try to have a lower payment. Challenge is if you don't have the disciplines there, what do? Now you only have 1 bill, you go create 5 more. And it's this ever-going thing where I go take 5, make it 1, take 5, make it 1, and then the snowball grows and grows rather than addressing the issue, which is your spending.
I have a lot of money saved up for that because it happened when I thought it was going to be like a month after I quit. It was like 3 months after I quit, I got the job. And so when I had to move, I had to buy a bunch of equipment, stuff to rent, the place, and I used my credit card.
Not having an emergency fund is an emergency.
Yes, it was very bad, which I didn't really learn about the whole emergency fund and a lot of this stuff until...
So if you're watching this, yes, you need an emergency fund. They talk about different amounts, either 500 or 1,000, pick one, but go get that money. Things are going to happen in your life. Brake repair, flat tire, something, right? You're going to have something in your life that happens and you need a small amount of money you can reach to as opposed to going into debt or opposed to having really, really bad things happen. So an emergency fund is really, really good advice before you start paying down your debt.
Having this job and having more money and trying to learn and better myself through that. But so I re-upped basically my whole credit card, $5,000. Maxed it out again after consolidating. Trust me, I hated it too. After I finally was like, cool, it's all gone. Now it's back.
So I didn't know that. I actually don't watch these videos in advance so I can react in real time. And so you could see that, right? He did exactly what I said. We consolidate only to go do it again and again and again. And debt is this trap. And you get used to a higher spending level without the income to support it. It's a massive, massive problem.
So I pretty much raised it back up. Now I had the loan plus an extra $5,000, so that was around 10 of just debts like that, and the loan I still have. But the credit card I did pay off. I've got all my credit card debts out of the way, and then now it has a balance again.
Well, I'm glad you're making progress.
Yes,
I am, but this still shouldn't be here.
Yeah,
this is where Caleb just had enough. He's like frustrated. He's like, dude, you're not going anywhere. You're a rat in a wheel. Actually, and the wheel's just getting it's getting worse. Like the bearings are coming off. It's just bad, right? It's a bad thing. And I use rat because it's in the rat race, right? You've got to figure out again how to make sure there's a correlation, there's a relationship between your spending and your income that makes sense for you.
You could have cut the crap that you've been spending and made a bigger dent in this.
Well,
$2,755 on your income could have been gone if you weren't just spending on BS. Month to month to month to month. Day to day to day to day.
yeah, that's why I'm here.
That's why you're here.
That's why I'm here. I guess biggest reason is
Because if the dreams are big enough, the facts don't matter.
getting everything under control. And after that, what if I get my thoughts together first 1 second? When going back to the beginning, when I said reverse budget, I put all my money away for taxes right off the top. When I get paid, take the money away for taxes, then it leaves me around $8,000. I take $2,000 to put it into my bill paying account, which is more than my bills are for the month. That way I always have a little extra in there just in case, who knows what happens. Or like with electricity that can go up or down. I don't really know. It's not a set amount.
Electricity can be a set amount, right? Most services allow you to pay a standard amount per month, and if you go over that in a quarter, they might adjust slightly, but it allows you to average out your utility bills. It's a good strategy if you want consistent bills, which many of us need. So take a look at that on your electric bill.
And also it'll accumulate over time, having a little extra cash in there. Then after that, I take away my rent money. So we had the $8,000, $2,000 gone, $6,000 left, $2,000 gone for rent now. It's all my bills, my rent, my housing, school. I have $4,000 left. When it comes to I put a lot of money in gas.
Which is fine for your job.
Yeah, I spend a lot in gas and I spend a lot in hotels.
Got on you for those. I never called them out.
No. That's what I'm saying. But, so generally, I try to leave. I think that left me with $4,000. I try to leave $2,500 just for like work expenses, and I do count food as work expenses.
Nope.
Not on the days.
We got a lot of work expenses to keep building and building and building, right? Like if your food bill is $2,500 a month as a single dude, you need to find a different way, right? Caleb's going to light them up with a cooler, a sandwich. Make your own sandwich, right? Go to the store, make your own sandwich.
When it's like the weekend or whatever.
Pack a sandwich, dude. Get a cooler. Yeah. I don't care. You're trying to get out of terrible debt.
Yes. I used to
You're losing
make all my food.
$41 of interest on this relatively small debt.
I am just fairly lazy when it comes to making food.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're trying to justify it. No.
Yes.
It doesn't
my
make
bad.
sense.
I'm not trying to justify. Okay. I was. My bad.
If you want to watch the...
So, yes, right? A number of things here, right? At the end, go get a budget and figure out how are you going to save money and hold yourself accountable to whatever dollar. If that's $50 a month you're going to put away every single month and hold yourself to it. That way, when you raise your income, add the new amount you can save to that amount. Keep growing your savings. It's how you get ahead. It's how you pay off debt. Get your emergency fund and then raise your income and throw all of that until you get out of credit card debt. We do not here at Be Wealthy believe in any debt that's not attached to something that cash flows like a house or another type or a commercial building or something like that. Make sure you're pushing hard. Get out of debt. It's stealing from your future. Hit the subscribe button.